Hey folks, welcome back to the Mickelson Racing channel. We got the Caprice in the garage and we're getting ready for Sick Week. Well, to get ready for Sick Week, we are gonna put a radio in this thing, and then we're also going to put a windshield in it. You can see this windshield has a huge, ginormous crack all the way across the front of it, and it's right in the line of sight, so I don't want to risk getting refuse tech because of that line of sight crack. So we're gonna get a windshield in this thing, and then street driving, need a radio. So we already have a radio in it. We're gonna get the Bluetooth capability added to it since the cop car version doesn't have it. And it'll be ready to street car. So we'll check a couple things off of that list for Sick Week. Get this Caprice ready to rock and roll. Hey guys, welcome back to the Mickelson Racing channel. This is gonna be episode 1 of getting the Caprice ready for Sick Week. That's right, we're going to Sick Week in Florida in February 2022. Couldn't be more excited for that. So we got a list wrote out. We'll go over all that stuff we got to do, and we're gonna start working on the Caprice. We got to hit it. Let's go over the list on what we got to do to the Caprice. So I just made this quick list on my whiteboard. If you guys don't have a whiteboard, get one. Seriously, super handy to have this stuff as a visual reminder. You can cross it out. Quick wins, makes you feel better. Great organizational tool. Caprice Sick Week. So let's just go over some stuff. We got to fix the headlight, got to fix the fender, got to put new control arms on it, and I want to raise the front coilovers so it's a little higher off the ground, because the subframe does sometimes hit the ground on bumps and stuff. So I wanna raise the front for sure. Change oil, pretty easy stuff. We gotta bring it to alignment shop, get it realigned after put new lower control arms on it and stuff. Make sure all the suspension is good after that accident. Gotta put a windshield in it because we have a pretty major crack on the windshield that goes all the way across. And last time we raced it, the tech inspector was not real keen on that being there. So we're gonna have to get that done. NHRA tech inspector is inspecting for Sick Week, and I wanna make sure we pass with flying colors. So better safe than sorry. What's up, buddy? Huh? Yeah. He's tagging along and helping me out, making sure we stay on pace and get this stuff done. Zip tie bumper, because that's what holds the bumper on, pretty much. Weld an O2 bung onto the headers because the threads are stripped out of it and it's garbage. So gotta do that. Put a starter on it. Starter that's on it is kind of shot, I guess. There's no heat wrap on the headers. That reminds me, put a heat wrap on the headers too. I should write that down. There's no trunk floor in the trunk, so I'd like to cut up a hood or something. Maybe Mortsky Repair can give us something. Weld in or body seam sealer in a piece of metal on that trunk floor. Just give us a trunk floor. Line lock. Want to put a line lock on here. We got Brembo brakes off a Z1 Camaro on the Caprice. So with those better brakes on there, it really makes doing a burnout hard on this thing, and I don't want to eat up those brakes if I don't have to. So line lock is in the future. Definitely got to do a line lock. Tires. We need street tires. These are old, and the back ones are bald and weather checked. I definitely don't want to blow a street tire. That would just be embarrassing on a race week. So definitely new street tires are in the future. A couple of the burnouts probably from the Caprice burnout video. Didn't do any help with the back tires, but we're definitely going to get some tires on this sucker before we go to Florida. It's going to make everything that much smoother. We want to get some decals for the car, so MRC decals on the car. Mickelson Racing channel, make sure everybody knows who we are when we're on Sick Week. There's going to be a lot of social media publication for that event, so we want to make sure that the car is decaled out. And then we want to get decals for the people. So any of you guys are going to go to Sick Week, we want to make sure that we got enough decals for you. We got, I think, 4 decals right now, but that may change. Well, a couple of them we don't like that much. We'd like to get more of some, so I don't know. Whatever, we're gonna figure out decals and we're gonna get some on order so we have them to bring with us to Florida. But anyway, that's the preliminary list. I'm gonna add header wrap to the fender somewhere in here, and then we'll get her done. So, all right, let's get to working on the car and I'll show you what we're gonna do first. Well, we're in the Caprice now. I realize it's a little bit darker in here than I'd realized. Let me try to fix that. marginally better. All right, well, we're gonna start out with the really big essentials on the Caprice, which is take the radio out so we can get it reprogrammed for Bluetooth. Yeah, so that's pretty much our highest priority for the Caprice, I guess. But yeah. So you got to start out by taking these freaking trim pieces off, and they are really on there, believe it or not. These little clips that hold them in there, they're really on there. You just pull them out with your fingers. Mine were already broken, so clearly somebody else has taken them out already. But these are where you got to be careful. It's right in here. This is where they break. So anyway, be careful with them, but you got to pull them out. And then we have to go ahead and take this piece off. Probably break that too, I guess, but take that piece off, and there's a screw under there. And then we got screws here, 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 and here. And then we can drop the whole, oh yeah, a couple over here too. Then we can drop the whole glove box down, and then we can get to the screws that are mounted to the side of the radio, and we can pull the whole radio cluster out. Got to take this trim piece off too, because the radio cluster is also tied to the HVAC cluster, so they come out as a pair. And yeah, so a little bit of work to be done there. Anyway, that's what we're going to work on first, is taking this freaking radio out so we can have Bluetooth during our cruise. Check out this debacle. So we got the entire Caprice tore apart. We had to take the glove box out, the little, what do you call them, knee airbags, I think. You have to take that out. You have to do the same thing on the driver's side. You got to drop that out, and the knee airbag. Oh, and then you got to take this little top piece out. There's like a little speaker thing, but it's a cop car, so there's no speaker there. And then you got to take that deal out, and then you can take the whole radio faceplate off, and then finally the most important piece, you can take this little silver box that's supposed to be in here apart. So that's what that is. I do have this just flopped out because I didn't really feel like taking the shifter off, so I did that. So that was cool. And look at all these wires just sitting here doing nothing. Cop car things. I mean, we've got like power wire here, and we've got green and blue and other blue and more green, and there's just stuff all over here. I don't know what the heck's going on. I hope none of it's hot. I have no idea what that's all for. So really glad that's all just hanging out. No idea where they go. Yeah, I don't know, man. Not worried about it. But the reason that we had to destroy the dashboard of this Caprice, and by destroy I just mean blow it all apart, so we can get this silver box out. Now you send this to a company, I'm gonna send it to a guy called Wham's White Automotive Media Systems or something. I don't know, Wham's, W-A-M-S. And what they do for like $100 and some is they can reprogram this to have Bluetooth and stuff like that. So the police cars have all the multimedia functions taken out, like navigation and Bluetooth and aux input and USB and all that stuff. It's all gone. It's not in there anymore. It's just the way that the police cars were manufactured, you know, no options, stuff like that. So you can take this out, send it to this Wham's company. I think there's a couple others that do it too. But then they'll reprogram this box, and then you can shove it back in your car, and you can have a multimedia system in your factory GM radio thing. So that's what we're gonna do. So first priority of sick week, it's just about done. Just gotta ship it off, then they'll ship it back to me in a month, and boom, we'll have Bluetooth. Let's see, what else do we have? We have parts for that. Fender is on the way. We have parts for that. We can do that. We have parts for that. And which then means we can do that. And we have parts for that. We have parts for that. So we can knock out about everything on this list except for windshield and alignment. That's feeling pretty good. This side, we got to order tires. We got to order line lock. We got to get some steel for the trunk floor. Here's the damage from the accident. You can see wheels pointed out just a little bit. Headlight all whammoed, fenders goobered up. If for some reason we can't get a fender, I mean, I'm pretty sure I got one on the way, but if for some reason we can't get a fender, we're gonna run with the one we got. So it's usable, whatever. We can do it. I do see that this headlight is kind of pushed in that I didn't really notice before, so hopefully the core support area is good. As you can see here, this headlight's like, fine. But yeah, we'll just have to take that apart and see what we got going on inside there, and hope it's not junk. Let's go ahead and take that apart now. I feel like we can do that. Well, that wasn't that bad. So we got headlight out, got bumper kind of off. There was a whole bunch of water inside that headlight. Looks like we got a broken piece. That definitely looks broken, whatever that is. And then this came off of the headlight too. But here's our headlight. Looks pretty bad in there. That's broken. So yeah, broken back here. Hole right there. Yeah, it's in bad shape. Whatever, we knew that going in, so here we go. We got a brand spanking new one. Let's just go ahead and open that up and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Dang guys, this thing is nice. Check out how nice and clear it is. If we just compare it to how disgusting this headlight is, look at how yellow pitted it is. Even on this one, just look at how yellow that is. Look at that, so nice. Now my headlights aren't gonna match. It's kind of gonna tick me off because these headlights are like $400 a piece. Never know. It's gonna tick me off, but that is a nice headlight. Glad we have it. But we can't install it because I realized that I would like to put a new fender on before I put that headlight in and scratch it all up, and the inner fender liner, and this piece. There is a part number on it right there. So I should be able to hop online and buy that thing and then figure out how it bolts in here. I'm sure I can probably look at that side and figure it out. No idea how. No idea, not even a clue how that goes in there, but that's what holds the bumper in place. So I would really like to utilize that. But headlights looking fresh. We do have an inner fender in the back of the car that we can put on this thing. Is that on the list? That's not on the list. And it doesn't look like this piece is bent at all. It does move around quite a bit. It's like metal infused plastic, or plastic infused metal, or I don't know, however you want to say that. So anyway, we got that going on. And I was looking at my over the radiator intake here, and it looks like we should probably put an air filter on that sucker. Pretty dark. And we just got PCV valve venting to air, so probably not the most ideal situation there. And then this radiator is a little bit wonky. So interesting mounting. Probably to make room for the over to the radiator thing, I would imagine, but it probably should still be attached. So a little bit of work to do there. Zeus, what are you doing? Weirdo. Hey, what's up guys? We got the radio back. Supposedly it's all programmed and stuff from White Audio and Media Services. So we're gonna toss it back in the car, which is still tore apart from last time we saw it, which was probably just a couple minutes ago, depending on how this video plays out. Let's see, from right now we've got 8 weeks until we go to Sick Week in Florida. A leg up on getting this car ready for Sick Week. So we've got the car in to get a windshield done in 3 days, and the car is still here in the garage, not really working that well, or not fixed that much. So I'm gonna try to throw this radio in, and then we're gonna have to get the car out and put on a trailer so I can haul it to the body shop, so I can put a windshield in. I'm trying to get a leg up, but it's actually kind of hurting me, I guess. So without further ado, I talk way too much. I know, I need to get better. Let's put a radio on this thing. Hey, buddy. Come on, get in here. Oh, he wants to check out the new stereo. Boom, all put back together. I got the trim on, I got the glove box back in. Zeus, what are you doing, man? You're taking all the fame. Come on, let's go. Come on. Yeah, that's a little better, I guess. Let's fire this baby up. we opted to stick with the Chevy logo. I just like it better. Oh, and we got a new faceplates. We got knobs on our volume now. We didn't have that before. So that's pretty cool. Bluetooth. Bam! That's what 150 bucks plus shipping will get you from White Auto and Media Services. Pretty freaking neat, I tell you what. Pretty excited that Bluetooth. Now we can check something off the list. Come on, bud. Big block. Ecotech. We just got engines sitting all over the place. Really highly desirable engines. Radio. That's it. That's all I've done. Pretty good at what I do. Making progress. We got to get the Caprice to the body shop so they can put a windshield in it. I'm gonna get rid of that crack because I'm worried about we won't pass tech with the crack in there. So we're gonna get rid of that now while we can. Well, folks, next step is we got to get the Caprice to the body shop in town to put a windshield in it. So we got to back it out of the garage, put it in the open trailer, tow it to the body shop, etc., etc. Really running that well. It's running really rich. Here comes the fun part. So since the Caprice is so low to the ground and I don't have race ramps, I really need race ramps. Boom, Caprice is loaded. We had to use wood so the front bumper wouldn't scrape on the ramps. Got the Caprice locked and loaded down. I've got these little plastic oil change ramps jacking up the back to get a better angle of the dangle. Caprice is loaded. All right, folks, we're gonna go drop this off at the body shop and we'll pick it up and you'll get to see a brand spanking new windshield in this thing. All right. Catch you in a few. Folks, guess what we just freaking did, and I'm so excited. We crossed windshield off of the list. Bang! But before I show you our fresh, brand spanking freaking new windshield, check out all this garbage in the cabin air filter. It is terrible. Look at all that stuff in there. It is just gross. This car came, I think, from DC. I don't know where it was in the police department. Maybe Remington will leave a comment or something. Let us know where it was in the police department before he had it. All sorts of leaves. And yeah, anyway, really dirty. So I just ordered up a cabin air filter for this thing. $6 whole. And we're gonna get that sucker put in there before we leave and put all this stuff back together. So that'll be good to go. Pretty excited about that. But let me show you this brand freaking new windshield because it is nice. Woo! She's nice. Ready? Bang! Look at how fresh and clean that windshield is. Like I said, still have to put all this back together, but dang, that's nice. All the glue is settled, so I could probably take this tape off without an issue there. But dang it, this is nice. Mortsky had a buddy in the windshield business, so sent him over my way. He did it right here in the garage, drove to me. Couldn't be happier. Thank you, Corey. Really appreciate it. So now we won't be worried about getting turned down in tech. So in NHRA tech, if you've got a crack through your line of sight in your windshield, you can be turned down in the tech. So now we should be able to pass tech no problem with our brand spanking new windshield. Super excited about that. Ready to be ticking away on the car. I'm gonna be doing some headlight restoration on this one. You guys can check that out in a later video. Anyway, folks, that's all I got right now. We're gonna continue on to the next video, so you guys keep watching. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe right here in the corner of this video, and we'll see you next week on the Mickelson Racing Channel.